never put a dog in a crate unless he's physically tired. Second is how you introduce him to the crate, because he has to go in it. Don't close the door. He has to relax. Then you close the door.
But I think the calm confidence is a beautiful way to describe. It's not cold, it's not authoritarian, but it is, I'm the boss.
All right, so today we're walking with Amy Brenneman. First time, I met her through Miss Anipats and Gaetano, and I always like to have that first meeting, right? Because she's bringing her dog Russell, who's a Cocker Spaniel, and you get to see the assessment and evaluation. You get to see, you know, the goal, sharing the goal, better human, better planet. Obviously walking with me. So I think that this is going to be one of those walks that will eventually heal the world. All right, so I get to see Mr. Russell. Russell has a good nose already.
Hello.
He's done this before. Mr. Russell has done this before. I see 2 dogs in it. This is my favorite part. All right.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome
I'm
to the
Amy.
ranch.
Thank
Amy,
you
welcome
so
to the
much.
ranch. Do you have another one over there?
No,
Okay.
just one guy.
I saw like a little head.
Yep.
All right. Come on in. So the way we introduce dogs to the ranch is different than the way we humans introduce ourselves, right? Because the nose goes to work.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of times where the human gets distracted in doing their human psychology, then they miss very important signals or communications that they're letting you know, I trust the place.
Yeah.
Right? So the first thing we have to do when we land to a new country is to trust the land.
Yeah.
Right? Second is to trust the people in the land. Third is to trust the philosophy of the land. Right? So it's very important that we take that consideration, because the nose is working. Bring the dogs over here, because that's excitement, but a little distracted. So I want to make sure that he knows, right? Russell?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that he knows that his other members, come this way, Amy. Drop the leash. Yeah. There you go. So a lot of people will, you know, because she's a pit bull, they will get intimidated by the way she moved. Right, but this is a well-behaved pit bull. It's overwhelming, which is normal because there's a new pack coming in. But what people are going to learn through this is this overwhelming way of being will pass. Right, so life sometimes is overwhelming. Right, but the quicker you calm surrender, the faster it passes. Right, so when I teach people about how to be with a dog, what I'm teaching is help a dog to calm surrender. So everything else is natural, because they know what to do. They just don't know what to do when they're unsure, right? So a lot of times what people would do in that moment when a dog is doing this behavior, it's just showing a lot of respect. People will, it's okay. So when people nurture weakness, then the dog becomes confused, because in their world they will never nurture weakness, right?
Right.
We humans should never live with weaknesses. We should experience it, but not live with them, right? So a lot of times where people live with fear and anxieties and frustrations, incompletions, then that human gets a dog, and that dog feels that energy of that human, right? So the dog learns, okay, well, the human sometimes is happy and sometimes it's not, right? So we should be 90%, 99% happy, and that 1% is just because we're learning something. And then we let it go, because it has to be 100. Right? So to live in this beautiful planet, nobody's telling you not to be 100.
Right, right.
Right? So when you come in this way, now that they're walking. Yeah. So we're gonna hold it right there, right now, because now after the meeting, we have to provide another activity. That's what they're moving. Right? So if we move at the right time with animals, then they know, wow, that human knows. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
One can speak Spanish, the other one speaks English, a Chinese can be here, a Russian can be here, and I have no idea. what those humans are saying, but they know exactly how the human is feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Because you choose to move at the right time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why you have to know dog psychology, right? It's a philosophy. So what's the philosophy of a dog? But the philosophy of a dog is being a dog. Right? And so what does that mean? So he said, what that means is that everything they see is through their nose. So as soon as, Russell came out, I catered to Russell. Right? Of course I catered to the human, but I told the human, just wait a little.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make sure that our dogs, learn to do nose, eyes, ears, trust. So the first thing a dog has to learn is trust, not love.
So what happens if, and this hasn't happened to him, but if a dog was dangerous to another dog, then do you just step back, like let that unfold, or like I guess it's almost like parenting, right? I have 2 kids as well.
Yeah.
So do you ever say like, okay, that situation is not safe, or do you just let them discover?
Yeah. You have to guarantee their safety.
Yeah.
As a parent, we have to guarantee
Right.
the safety of our children. And so whatever animal you bring in, that becomes your child. It just has to be raised the way the mother would have raised them. Right? So a dog has to be nose, eyes, ears, and a human is going to be ears, eyes, nose. But the same thing needs to happen to both, even though they're different species. Right? We humans provide this energy of love. Right? My clients are dog lovers, but they give that energy right from the beginning instead of silence and calmness. Right? But the same people, dog people, who can have this different relationship with a dog, they can have a different relationship with a horse. So the dog person, if he goes to the horse, he or she will practice silence and calmness and social distance. Why? Because that's a horse.
Right. Right.
But it's the same. It's the same for all animals.
Right.
No silence, calmness, confidence.
Right.
Right? Because you're going to meet a bear, you want to take a picture, silence, calmness, confidence, take the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the bear will go, all right. You mean no harm.
Yeah.
But if you're in your space doing this, then the bear will come to you because you attract them with your fear.
Yeah.
Or if you go, hi, or you go, come here, bear, if you practice any other vibration that is none of silence, calmness, and confidence, that bear will go after you. Right?
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So our other dog, Mabel, is a mixture of things, and we actually did the DNA. She's got a lot of shepherd. She looks like a shepherd, and a little pit bull, and this and that. She's very protective, and has, like if she were here, she's never attacked another dog or anything, but you can just see it's in her breeding to be, her little hackles go up, and
She's not calm.
she's not calm around other dogs. Yeah, in general, she's okay. But I would like to help her with that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. He's just a different guy.
Yeah, this one is never going to give you problems because he goes into the land, right? So he's connected to the land.
Right.
Right, so he's not gonna do so he's gonna get along with dogs who are doing exactly what he's doing, which is explore. So it's 3 activities: follow, play, explore. So some dogs get too stuck in the play, and that's all they wanna do, play, 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 play.
Right.
Some dogs, that's all they wanna do, sniff, 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 sniff. But the right thing that all dogs have to learn is to master follow.
Yeah.
Right? So we humans, in order for us to learn, we have to master follow. Hopefully we have a good grandparents or parents or uncles somewhere in the pack. They can provide our spirit, our instinct, our heart, and our mind to be developed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they can reward us with play and explore.
Right.
So what happens when a kid doesn't get that or doesn't have the right message? Same thing for the dog. They develop territorial behavior. Right? Or they develop dominant behavior, or they develop aggressive behavior, or they just get confused, right? They don't listen to the parents. Same thing.
Right.
So can that be recovered? Of course. Of course it can be recovered. Calm surrender is how they want to live. Happy-go-lucky, that's how they enjoy.
Right.
and then you human take the front position, which is the calm confident. So it's very important that all humans around the world understand the main position we have to take before dog lover is leadership. Right? Because that's the one who gives direction and protection. So when a dog like you describing is giving direction or protection, that means he's not getting the leadership from someone. So you can let him know that activity is not allowed.
Well, you know what's really interesting is we had a dog named Pablo who was a spaniel like him. He just came to us. He was a magnificent, mature, just an awesome dog. He was about a year or so, we don't really know. Then we got Mabel as a baby. So Pablo was really her leader. There's no doubt about it.
There you go.
And he passed away, they were back to back. And she grieved. And my husband thinks she's really never been the same because she lost her, you know.
But,
and then he came along, and now he's the little brother.
Yeah, but nobody has take the front position. So,
I mean, we try, I guess, but yeah, I guess we didn't. Yeah, she feels that anxiety of being the front.
Because you have not yet learned, right, how to really become that energy. That's
Right.
really what it is.
Right,
That's
right.
It's like before I meet, can you tell people what do you do?
Oh, what do I do?
Yes.
Like in the world?
Like in the world.
Okay. Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, I'm an actress and a producer and a writer.
Yep.
I'm on a show now called The Old Man. I did a show called Private Practice, Goliath. I do movies. I'm also a teacher. I teach theater to kids and an activist. And
Yes.
I have 2 children, 23 and 19. I've been married forever and have had dogs forever. Yeah.
Well, see, you mentioned all those activities which put you in the front position of the pack.
Yes.
Right. So when you're a teacher, you're the front of
Yeah.
the pack. When you're a producer, you're front of the pack. You're directing front of the pack.
Yeah.
And then within the acting, there is leading actors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the dog world, often I lead with a lot of people in power, a lot of people who have achieved front position.
Yeah.
That's a pack. We're
Yeah.
pack-oriented people, right?
Yeah.
So it's at the back of the pack, middle of the pack, front of the pack. So a lot of my clients are front of the pack.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the dog, they
Yeah.
go in the back. He said, so why the human goes in the back is all energy, right? So where does that come from? Why is this successful human who achieve, such a, what everybody in the world wants, that position, money, fame, power. Why with the dog, they go in the back? Because the way they think about the situation. So by thinking about the situation from an intellectual or emotional way, the front position cannot be achieved. Because the front position in the animal world can only be achieved by calm confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it? So when people try, or people say the word try, often they can do that, but they're not consistent. So then it has to do with the consistency of that household.
Yeah.
Right? Towards that dog.
Yeah.
Because anything in life, discipline and consistency is what you are where you are.
Right. Interesting too is, and some of it's just, words are just markers for
That's right.
for things, right?
That's right.
So the calm confidence is loving,
Yeah.
right? So it's sort of, because I feel like, I am 100% what you described. Like all my dogs, I sort of get it together to a certain extent, and then it's like, partly because I'm tired of being
That's
number
right.
one out there,
That's
so I
right.
just want to like cuddle and stuff.
Yep.
But I also think, in the swing of, in America anyway, it's like, 50 years ago or so, there was that whole kind of paternalistic, so then people weren't getting the love and affection, right? So then we kind of swing to love and affection, but then that balance. But I think the calm confidence is a beautiful way to describe. It's not cold, it's not authoritarian, but it is, I'm the boss.
We need it.
Yeah, and animals and children calm down when they have a. When I produced Judging Amy, which I also created and acted in, I'd never been a boss of 200 people, And I wasn't a bad boss, but I got to be a better boss because like I would fire people and I'd do it in such a nice way, they'd be confused. and then I learned to just be clear.
That's right.
That's a loving thing to do.
Right. Hey.
You know, here's the information.
That's right.
And I'm not going to make sure you're okay. I'm just going to respect you.
Yeah.
Here's the information.
Yeah.
But I think that's something we learn and have to have modeled too.
That's right.
Because there's people out there that are not great they're mean bosses.
That's right.
You know, or they're sadistic, or
Yeah.
all that weird stuff, and just that clarity is very loving.
And that's all it is. And that's why I teach humans, right? So what do I do for a living? Well, I rehabilitate dogs and I train humans.
Right.
So with me, you don't have to have a dog. I actually would encourage you, don't have a dog. Let me help you first to understand dogs. You can begin fostering, right? And then develop the nose, eyes, ears concept, develop the exercise, discipline, affection concept.
Right.
You know, get to see who you are. Are you a real consistent human?
Right.
You know, do you have healthy energy?
Right.
Right? How's your pack? Can you make your family become in agreement?
Yeah.
Because that's the most important part once you work with a family is the agreement. If you're by yourself, it's about your energy, your philosophy, and your actions. There, take responsibility of that. You're by yourself. But when you're with the family, then through the dog you get to see agreement as soon as you walk inside the house.
Right.
Because the dog doesn't know how to lie, and he can only be what you're given.
Right.
Your energy, your philosophy, your action. So there's no more honest member in society than a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think like a family therapist could just kind of look at the animals in the house. And
Yeah.
this guy does one thing that has been a bit of a drag, which he's a chewer. He's a birder by nature. But he's like not when we're home, but he gets anxious, I guess, when we're gone. And he has chewed upholstery and pillows. And I don't know, he's gotten better as he's gotten older, but it's not, I still haven't figured it out.
So what happens when there's a destructive energy is because the job has not been given.
Right.
Right? So this guy would do great at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
just going through the whole luggage. He's, oh my God, heaven,
he has a
I'm
job.
gonna find apples.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have it on a daily basis.
Right.
Right? But that's his potential.
Yeah.
So imagine a human that has potential, but no, of course he's gonna eat his nails and he's gonna chew his pie, he's gonna drink himself out.
Yeah.
Right? So it's ways to drain the energy.
Yeah.
So the goal should be that we learn what they're good at it and let them drain the energy that way.
Right.
That's why we have sports, soccer, basketball for kids.
Right.
You know, craft, all of that stuff. It's just so we can drain the energy of the child.
Right.
So so the easiest way to drain the energy of a child or a dog is walking.
Yeah.
Right. So if the world walks more often, anxiety goes away. You know, frustration goes away.
Right.
The family will get together more often. You know, so well, we don't have money. Well, you have your legs. Come on, go.
Yeah.
And I'm from a third world country, so I walk with my family the whole childhood.
Right.
And the dogs were there.
Yeah.
Right? So off leash, third world countries. Dogs are skinny, but they don't have psychological problems.
Yeah.
Dogs in America, dogs are chunky, they get to have a TV show.
Right.
You see, so it's the way the lamb behaves, the way the people behave.
Right.
Right? And that's something that we humans can learn from each other. Don't forget to learn from each other. You know, different cultures have different things. We don't just have tacos.
Right. No, you don't just have tacos.
No.
So another thing I've never been good at, and I don't know even if it's but the crate training, like I thought like, oh, maybe he would have done in his anxiety when I leave to have a smaller, I mean, we sort of block off certain parts of the house, but we have one of those open plan houses. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
But is that part of, like, for a dog that has, I mean, because I think he's very smart. He wants to, he's like that shepherd, but it's like, give me a job, give me a job. So I think when he's...
Well, the Springer Spaniel, I mean, is, you know, once you have a little bit of the purebred, that's plenty.
Yeah.
You know, so it has to be satisfied. It's like thirst needs to be satisfied.
Yeah.
So when you are a Cocker Spaniel, you're supposed to flush things out.
Yes.
Right? You're supposed to find things with the nose.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when you live in the city, there is no job.
Yeah.
You know, you're just going to be loved dearly. It's a lot of, comfort, the best food in the world. If you get sick, you're going to go to the best vet, but you're not going to have a job.
You're not. He does. Yeah. So what do we do?
Well,
Give him a-
treadmill. If
Okay.
you don't have a treadmill, no. If you have not put him on the treadmill, put
Right.
him on the treadmill. Now, once he learns to be on the treadmill, put a backpack on. You see it? And also for him, his nose, it's more finding ways where you can learn search and rescue,
Right.
or for him to find fruits or whatever you want him to find.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it? So for him, it's like,
Yeah.
I have a purpose.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
now, it's just a pet.
Right.
But the guy is saying, I can do more than this,
Yeah,
guys.
he is,
And that's
he
why he's
is.
pacing. You see
Yeah.
it? So he has not stopped pacing. So to answer about the crate, never put a dog in a crate unless he's physically tired. Second is how you introduce him to the crate, because he has to go in it. Don't close the door. He has to relax. Then you close the door. So that means he went in it on his own, willing, and then he understood that he has to stay there. Then the door comes in. Because when people put the dog in there without exercise,
Of course.
they cook the dog.
Yeah.
When the dog is not willing, they just throw the cookie. That dog was lure. So then he's gonna come back,
Right.
right? And if you close the door,
He
it's like,
doesn't
oh, now you
trust.
lied to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you capture him.
Yeah.
So there is a way where all tools can work on your favor.
Right.
You just have to make sure that his mind always understands it as a calm surrender outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time you want to stop the brain of a dog, he has calm, surrender.
Yeah.
Just like when people go to meditation,
Yeah.
the goal is to achieve calm surrender.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You see it? So the calm surrender state is a state of mind that a lot of dog people never talk about.
Yeah.
You know, because in America, they use treats or excitement. Sit, good boy, good boy, good boy.
Yeah.
Here. So that philosophy
It's
is a very excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very exciting. So America is not going to create a calm dog society.
Right.
America is going to create an excited dog society.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Then they're going to feel guilty when you tell them to practice leadership. Oh, no, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Why would you feel bad? The dog needs it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, welcome to parenting. You know, somatic healing. Does that mean anything to you?
Not yet, but teach me.
It's like this idea that you can't really learn, or whether it's like you're working on your own psychology or learning about something else without calming your body. You know what I mean? And it's sort of this, and we've been feeding our brains, and now with the screens, it's like, oh my gosh, all this information is coming to me, but I'm just rattled, right? And somatic stuff is just exactly what you just said. Like, well, first the body's got to be in a receptive mode,
Yeah.
trusting, peaceful.
Yep.
Then you can introduce ideas or
Yep.
whatever if you're
Yep.
going to do.
Yep.
But it's and you know, honestly, it's that ancient thing about, they always say that with yoga, it's like, no, the whole physical exertion is just to get yourself in a meditative
Yeah,
state. It's
yeah.
not about the exercise.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are just starting to really talk about that, you know.
Yeah, because they get stuck in the word.
Right.
And animals,
And our brains are like trying to figure out.
animals get stuck in the vibration. So that's what they know how you feel. They don't know what you're saying. They just know how you feel.
Right.
Which is way more important, right? Because if you feel bad, if you're saying the right thing, you still can get sick.
Right. Right.
If you lie to yourself, but you're saying the right thing, right? You still can get sick. And then you're going to bring that energy to your house. And then you just lie to yourself. And then somehow you're going to teach that silently
Right.
to your family, right? But so be a good human means you have to be by the code: honesty, integrity, loyalty. Happy every day, regardless of the situation. And so why? Because your spirit is happy to have a body. That should be plenty.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it? And so how do you do it? How people practice spirituality? Are you grateful to be alive? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then, so how else can I intensify? It's either sing, dance, pray, or laugh, because the spirit loves all of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm in that journey of making sure, hey, before I die, I want to make sure people know what a safe, peace, love walk look like.
Yeah.
What a trust, respect, love look like.
Yeah.
You know, and feels like.
Yes. Well, that's right. I mean, that's like the feeling in the body, you know, that I think when things get out of balance, I know this is not true, but when I was younger, it's like, I'm just going to figure things out up here, you know, and the soul is like, I don't know what, you know,
Right.
It's like a friend of mine who's an artist, he always says, with kind of the way we're creating these days, he's like, data is not story, you know, story is soul, data is numbers,
That's
you
right.
know, but I think with the
That's
tech
right.
guys, sometimes it's like, well, we have this data. It's like, but literally, why I'm a storyteller, human beings don't remember data, they remember story.
Right.
Like, tell me the story.
Right.
You know, even if it's of a difficult time,
Right.
it'll imprint and inspire and
Yes.
calm me. Data's just like a bunch of numbers that, you know, is useful in its way.
So how do you think the world can remember this story from your way of telling this story? How can the world become a good human? What would be the fastest way for the world to remember?
Well, I think giving people experiences. I think especially these days with not just politics, but that's the best example of like, I'm right, you're right. It's like, we need everybody. We need literally every kind of thinking, every kind of being in harmony. So to not like shame, just like so the simplest level is trying to give people experiences of getting off their screens, frankly, and being in the world in a calm way.
Especially the dog people.
Yeah.
Right? Or the animal people. Because the humans have like I'm an animal person, I'm a right?
Yeah.
And I think the dog people is one of the people that can change the quickest, because we do want the best for our dogs, right? And so as a dog people, as a dog nation, we just have to be in agreement, right? Walking a dog, extremely important. I don't care where you're from. And if you can't walk a dog, get a treadmill. And if it's too many people with dogs, that there's only one treadmill, make it a community.
So literally a treadmill? You put dogs on treadmills?
Yeah, you want to put your dog on a treadmill?
Sure.
Let's go.
Nice.
So you just have to claim, you know, the space you want to be, and then keep them right. There's like literally the leash is like you're holding some kid's hand.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
So you provide the direction. But if you don't, he goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because the driver is not telling it. So what do we do on this thing? There you go. Claim the treadmill. Relax the arm. Sure, not tense. There you go. It's almost like you're holding like a really, you know, Hermes bag, really, really expensive bag, right? And you want it on your left. That's it. Relax down. There we go. Yeah. The only thing it needs a little shorter leash. That's it. And that also showing you that you're not really driving the brain consistently.
Right.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I mean, obviously you need more repetitions. Do you enjoy it?
So much.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Oh my gosh. Like,
to show the world through you.
Such big wisdom.
Thank you.
For the world, and I see why you wanted to get the word out more and more.
Well, thank you for letting me help you and
walk
with you.
Thank you so much.
Russell, thanks for letting us show that the Jetsons was real.
I thought it was a joke.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and join me on my mission of better humans, better planet.